Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wind Below Talk. Another awesome day. We're grateful to God for another perfect day. No matter what trials, what blessings you're going through, hey, it's still a perfect day. It hasn't killed you yet. It's just making you better and stronger. Today, we're going to talk about the Red Seas of our lives. Yes, we all have a Red Sea. There is none of us that will go through life without encountering a Red Sea experience. When I read the Manual of Life, it reminded me so much. For some people who are following or who've been listening to the videos, you would realize that I actually try to live the Bible. I actually try to see the Bible and see ourselves in the Bible. That helps us gives you a better understanding of who you are and where we're heading. So when I read the Manual of Life, where the children of Israel encountered the Red Sea, in the book of Exodus, where they were leaving Egypt, and how much they murmured when they got to the Red Sea. And it was so funny how the wonderful magics God did for them in Egypt, they completely forgot all about it. The power of God was completely ignored because they were encountering a Red Sea. I don't know what Red Sea you're encountering today, but I'm just going to go through some as I am led. You could have started that business and placed all your savings in there. And some people would have said, oh, don't start. You would fail because. And a couple of years down the line, the business is taking you down. You're depressed. Nothing seems to work. It seems as if everything you failed. It seems as if all your savings have been lost. And so the fulfillment of what others had spoken seemed to come to pass in your life. And you really don't know which way to turn. You're coming to a Red Sea experience. Some of us, maybe the health issues you've believed God for. You have prayed, you have fasted, you've planted seeds, you've moved from one man of God to another, you've anointing upon one anointing. Yet you're getting worse. But the doctor's report seems to get worse every time. And you're not even sure anymore whether you should believe or whether there is even a God. You're encountering a Red Sea experience. Some of us may be going through situations where you have looked for that job, you have believed God, you have heard a testimony, you've planted upon another testimony and believed that yours is come to pass. And nothing seems to happen. And for years you've been believing and nothing seems to move. And you're at your wit's end and you don't even know which way to turn because friends have mocked you, colleagues have mocked you, situations in life have mocked you, families have mocked you, and you don't even know which way to turn. You're at a Red Sea experience. Some of us might be in relationships where you've been with a guy for so long and you believe that this is a guy you'll end up with. You've invested your time, your issues, and everything, and you find out actually he was triple doubling or for doubling, or she was having relationships all over the place, and you don't even know how to start to move on. You're encountering a Red Sea experience. Some of us might be in marriages for so long that you believed that nothing can go wrong in your marriage. You believed all the I's have been dotted, all the T's have been crossed, and you two are faithful. And you find out there's been unfaithfulness, there's been betrayal in it that stabs you right in your chest. You're encountering a Red Sea experience. So, what you're encountering a Red Sea experience, what should you do? When I read the Manual of Life, as the children of Israel were encountering their Red Sea experience, they saw the sea in front of them. They saw the Egyptian military behind them. On the left, on the right, there was no way of escape. And they started murmuring and complaining. You see, you brought us here to kill us. Why didn't you leave us in slavery? Why we would have stayed there and died? At least somebody would have buried us. Some of us are encountering same Red Sea experience in our lives. You start to think, I wish I had not married that man. Why I wish I had not married that woman. Why should I even stay? You're looking at the businesses that you've started, and you're looking at people who've betrayed you and your businesses are failing, and you ask yourself, I wish I had not started, and why? You're looking at that job experience and you're thinking, oh, I've been looking for a job and a job and a job and nothing seems to work. Why? You're looking at that health record and you're saying, my situation is getting worse. It's getting worse. The doctors are saying, I have planted, I have believed God, but it's not working. So why? Funny how when you come to the Red Sea experience, we always forget whatever God has ever done in our lives. We all have a testimony. We all have something to be grateful, to thank God for. Most of us still have a mind, a sane mind, to do the good and the bad and the ugly. It's enough to say, Father, thank you. You have 2 legs to walk on your own. You went to do number 1 or number 2 without any assistance. That alone is a blessing, and it's enough to say, Father, thank you. So yes, we've encountered the Red Sea experience, just as Moses did, and he looked up to God. He didn't run to man. He didn't run to woman. He didn't run to a pastor. He didn't run to family. He didn't run to friends. He looked up to God. And God said, why are you looking at me? For raise your rod upon. So for me, he received a word. I don't know what word God has sent to you through a man, through a woman, through the prophets over you, but you've been ignoring it because you think that cannot be for you. You know, if Moses had doubted, they would not have crossed the Red Sea. When he told them, he says, fear not. And as I continued reading the Bible, I realized fear is a spirit. Because when you get to Timothy, it says, for the spirit of fear has not been given to us, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So spirit is a fear. Most of us stay in the wildernesses of our Red Sea longer than we are supposed to because of fear. Because you're looking up to man, you're looking up to woman, you're taking advice from people who probably are going through their own Red Sea. Just because I'm going through one does not necessarily mean you are not going through yours. My dear brothers and sisters, if you've never had a Red Sea experience in life, believe me, you will have one. That's why there is no point for you and I spend time gossiping about people's Red Sea experiences, gossiping about what they're going through or not going through, because you are not going through that. Some other one will meet you somewhere. Let us learn to pray for one another, support one another. If God has opened your ear to hear about a Red Sea experience of somebody, or God has given you a vision for a Red Sea experience that somebody is going through, it is for you and I to pray. Put your knees down and pray, and keep your mouth shut and pray to the Most High God. So when yours comes, there'll be people who will be praying for you that you know nothing of. Most of us, we definitely will go through that Red Sea. And the beautiful thing is, we are going through it. We'll not die in it. Every day you walk, every day you stand up, every day you're alive, you've conquered one issue. Forget looking at the Red Sea. Forget. I'm sure, just like I put myself in the situation, I wonder if the sea would have opened on both sides. Some of us will still be in fear to cross because you think by the time you cross, the water will come and sweep you up. But they took faith. Their faith took them to the other side, and they believed in the Most High God. What are you believing on? Who are you standing on? Who is standing in there with you? Today I've come to encourage you. We all will have Red Sea experiences in our life. But when the word comes, take faith and move ahead. Don't stay in fear. It is a spirit that has come to derail you from the other side. So let us work together to the other side. For you and I to do that, we need to dig really deep, transform ourselves, and become the blessing for the next generation. Thank you so much. Love you guys. God bless.